new streaming rig. So it's using it for Yagpin for doing the wireless streaming there. So it was kind of important to have it be mobile and kind of flexible. Still working out a few little kinks. I'm gonna need to buy that'll be probably another week and a half out, so it is what it is. But I am running my lights on battery power, so if the lights go out, we'll work around that. But for Walking Dead is a game that I'm not super skilled at. It's a very difficult game, so I don't think a lot of people are super skilled at it. But it's not a game that I play. Let me know. So let's talk about the unique features of the LE. I guess we'll start at the bottom with the crossbow. Normally when you make the crossbow shot on a pro, right there, which will pull the ball over and it diverts down to here. Then the crossbow comes out and starts doing that, and then you pick when to shoot it with this button here. Little signs and stuff on here. The Pro doesn't have this pop-up drop target here. Pretty sure you can kind of see that. I'm going to zoom this camera in. Off of that, where you might be coming down out of tunnel and it's active, and then it pulls it over and it launches it up around, and it's just kind of neat. Like, I was expecting it might be like another magnet. And the ramp is up and then red when you hit it. That's actually a lighting mod that I guess was installed on this. What else is there? I think are set pretty much at a medium. The left out lane I think is a little bit wider, maybe. Yeah, it looks a little bit wider than the right out lane. So it is it does play pretty much the same. The one exception to that, I think, is, well, the crossbow obviously, but the left ramp seems to be just a little bit harder to make it up. Right strike today, I think, but that's fine. It has a mix of instrumental parts of Radiohead and Nine Inch Nails songs, and I kind of thought it was like when it's saying that dead modes are lit or whatever. So that's a mix of that stuff. And oh yeah, the other thing I didn't mention is on the premiums. Okay, so let's get into it here and talk a little bit about the actual gameplay. So on Ball Plunge, it's going to have the original launch music and sounds. And if I need to, I move it over to that lane. And I might have to turn up the volume a little bit on this. I'm actually that it would carry on around. Yeah, I definitely need to turn this up a little bit. So there are a few things in this game that you want to do. Here's a crossbow shot right off the get-go. I'm just a little bit loud there. The one that people often overlook is the food, weapons, and first aid on the left side. Those are your supplies. I'm going to just the supplies over there. So that's what we're going to do with it. targets here. Actually kind of tricky to see them, but one of the things that you might notice is it's rotating through from first aid to weapons, then to food. Now, those tie into two things. So when you hit these three sets of, or this set of drop, riot, tunnel, and arena, those are your basic kind of standard modes, but there's another thing that those are for. So if you hit first the corresponding them, then you activate Bloodbath. So basically you're going to clear those drop targets 4 times, and if you clear the 4 sets of drop targets, 3 of them in order and 1 set where you're at in terms of progression. So let's talk about prison multi-ball here. Basically just hit the prison here a whole bunch of times, and then that activates your prison multi-ball. It's corresponding .15 hits or something like that. It's a lot of hits. But then that will start Well Walker multi-ball, and prison multi-ball has, I think, the bonuses are from hitting the prison. Using the crossbow unless you had modes lit to start when you did it, in which case I don't know, because I don't know if CDC would count when you hit it. You might be better off going for something like Barn. You know, get as many hits in as you can on it in 30 seconds kind of thing. The 2 rollovers at the top here are, they correspond with your skill shot as well as your bonus. They're used for or what they do. They might have some benefit with scoring or something, but I really don't know. You've got the heads in the there. Yeah, and then the other thing that I don't really know what it does is the 2 lights beside the prison. ties in with Extra Ball, obviously, but there's also Welcome to Woodbury, which is sort of a selectable reward. And actually, now that I think about it, so I did not hit the corresponding one for the supplies on the left side. So, you know, whatever. But basically, I want to sweep those drop targets, and I want to do it with the first one I take down being the lit.
Player one.
So that's something to definitely chase off of the. There we go. Oh my gosh. That's rough. That didn't light my mode, so maybe I didn't really finish my my train of thought before, but when you shoot into Welcome to Woodbury, it gives you some options for what you can choose, and those will correspond to the different to the rollovers and to the star shots. So basically, so that.
Look at the flowers, Lizzie. This is life here.
I should mention this is all on factory defaults. I mean, the code that I put on it to change the music, it reset everything basically. So it's all basically factory defaults. Left shot to get the crossbow. Oh my god. Hitting one of these left shots to get the crossbow would be a really good idea. One of them. Or just draining. a very fast, mean game. And we did not hit the correct one there. So, ideally, shots, because when I drain, it's gonna reset those drops. Yeah. Oh my god, those left out lane drains are just nasty. Sorry, 1 second. So that lit my bicycle girl. I'm into bicycle girl now. Oh, and I didn't hit it. Go for the rollover lanes. They're easy, right? I kind of want to move this. It's like sort of in my way. To put it. Streaming with cables. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if there's like early on in the game if there's something Bloodbath. If you get into Bloodbath in like a tournament type of play, maybe not extreme tournaments, but like, you know, regular tournament play with average players, you're gonna probably Seems like off the plunge I'm always hitting the left out lane, but when I did Woodbury I hit the right out lane. So if I get Woodbury again, that's what I'm gonna go for, is the right out lane. I really want to try and get the supplies on the left side. Wasn't the ones I wanted, but I hit 2 of them, which is which is pointless if you drain. So I don't know if that food is going to count. I think it will. I only have 1 target left, the first aid target, and that'll light my modes for me. Sorry, dead features is what they call them, not dead modes. You know, one of the other things that bugs me about this game is you think you have outlane saves, but they're just bit. It always just throws me off. I'm never used to it. I'm never ready for it. Didn't hit the right one that time. However, I did like my dead features. There you go. Let's try for arena on the right ramp. Okay, so we're in Well Walker now. Arena is now the mode we're in. And if I can get... oh, I missed it. Shit. Damn it. If I could have hit Bicycle Girl with that shot, it would have worked out a lot better because I wouldn't have drained for one. But it also would have meant that I have Arena as well as Bicycle Girl as well as Well Walker going, and that's what this game really kind of boils down to, is stacking some stuff together. You can really end up with a lot of quick and easy points just from stacking up, you know, what's going on in the game. So like a single shot's worth more than just a single shot. The other thing I guess I didn't mention is the X's here. And the 2 times playfield values. So basically, you want to be using those X's for specific shots. Now, watching Bo and Kieran's pop-up tutorial video on this, he seems to always go for ramps with it, but I don't know. I think you just shoot what's lit. All right.
Joking. Got it.
So while I've got my ball save, which I'm absolutely kind of wasting here, I want to be hitting the supply shots on the left side. Once I'm out of my ball save, it's a little bit less important. Okay, so we've got dead features lit and immediately into a drain. That's the nature of this game for me. So what I want to be doing is hitting those dead features again. I think I need to light them all again to get my dead features lit, but it might even just be a single shot. I don't know. You'll see also in the playfield these white kind of crosshair shots flashing. Those all correspond with killing walkers, and if you kill, I want to say it's like 80 walkers or something, that gets you to Horde, I believe. Or sorry, that gets you to Last Man Standing. Collecting the weapons gets you to Horde, and I'm trying to remember off the top of my head how you collect weapons, but I believe it's from the completion of modes. So what do we got? Barn, CDC, Riot, Tunnel, Arena, that's 5, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm not sure what the 6th weapon would be, but I believe they correspond to the modes. Tower, I guess? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not too sure. So, anyways, that's something I'm not really too concerned about, because it's going to be quite some time before I ever get there. So there you go, is an example of hitting a shot that just kills a walker. An example of how to just instantly drain. Oh no. Again, I'm not really sure if that's going to count as an X. I think it is because I collected one. Let's try and get into there. Oh, it didn't register. Oh no. It was still open for a little bit there, but that's okay. This is a game that I really like the pop bumper placement out of those rollovers because you have a pretty high chance of actually coming back up through them. Some games you feel like you might as well not even have, you know, pop bumpers up by the rollovers because you're never going to bounce back into them. This game just feels a little bit more generous on that front. So it's a good idea to be hitting your flippers up there while it's bouncing around, just to ensure you might, right there. I just got I got two rollovers basically for the price of one, just because I was actively flipping. Not that it matters because I play like shit. But Alright, so I think that counted as my first aid shot. Alright, cool. So that's CEC and Bicycle Girl. Oh, I thought that was gonna save and it didn't. So as you can see, I did not collect a weapon because I did not complete CDC, but it does stay lit. So I don't know how that ties in with things, but maybe that the modes have nothing to do with collecting the weapons. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out a lot of the progress in this game. And on location, sometimes the ball saves are short enough that what just happened would be your ball. So I'm gonna go for Well Walker here, just because I had lit it and it was flashing. I don't know if when you shoot with a crossbow if it ends up being a, so there we go, we're into Well Walker multi-ball now. Using that ball save right now. I don't know if I hit an add-a-ball or if this was from getting the bit. Because I did hit 2 bit shots there, so. Very strange. But like I said, you can stack things, so I don't know what my second 2 balls came from there. One I can see being an add-a-ball, but I don't know what the other one was. that was lucky because I've been freaking so many shots there. Did get an extra ball there though, so that's cool. Alright, there's prison multi-ball. Now this is a good time to be collecting supplies on the left side. Hopefully I can collect some supplies as well as get a load going. Left over there to collect. Oh no! That went downhill real fast. Oh, I don't know if that counted or not. I think it did. Maybe. Oh. So I really needed to get that save because I've got Bloodbath unlocked here. So basically when I hit these drop targets, it's going to start Bloodbath. I don't know if I need to hit all of them. I did. Fuck. 2 warnings just to keep it alive. It wasn't enough. I feel like my cameras have shifted a little bit. Really, yeah.
I'd say that.
I think that looked good. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so it's kind of tough. I wish the light was brightening up underneath there a little bit. I mean, the game is very bright right now, but it's one of the things that kind of has always bugged me about the layout of this game is those 3 drop targets there are very like tucked away and hidden, and I think it was one of the things that when I first played the game I kind of treated them as throwaway, these 3 drop targets for the supplies, when in reality they're like one of the most important parts of the game. So yeah, it's always kind of bugged me about the design of where those are. But anyways, that was actually a pretty decent ball. Where did I end up with? Was that the 77 or 105? 77, okay. Well, yeah, for me on location, that would be a score that I would be really happy with. But in a home environment, when I've got, you know, a game that is set up very nice and plays the way I want it to, that's not very good. I would have actually gotten a lot of points there had I just hit all the targets for Bloodbath. So Bloodbath is basically, it's a multi-ball, but it's a, I think it applies like some bonus scoring stuff. That's another thing that I'm not super clear on. But basically any multi-ball is a good multi-ball, right? So if you get there, it's good to have it lit anyways. And like I said, going through something like Prison or Wellwalker multi-ball is a great time to start spelling those out and trying to collect them and stuff. So during my multi-balls, I'm pretty much always just going for these targets. I'm not really focusing on anything else. Anytime I hit it and it's not going towards those targets, it's really just for me to try to regain control or to just kind of get the balls out of the way so that I can, you know, fling the one that I have on my right flipper ready into those supplies. But yeah, lighting those supplies is like a really big part of the game. So that's what I'm focusing on.
Forces will fight back.
I also don't know if there's a super skill shot in this. There might be. Like I said, it's a really good idea to use that, oh my god. And it wouldn't give it to me, no way. That's a really good time to use, during your ball save, it's a really good time to shoot for those supplies. Because it's basically a zero risk thing. And I hit the wrong target there to start with. What I should have been hitting was first aid, but I hit food. It's not my fault, that was sort of bad balance into it. But I can still clear the other two targets to light a mode. It just means my progress towards Bloodbath is going to be delayed a little bit. Okay, so we're into barn feature. Oh my god, and we're out of it. Oh my god. Woo. Walking Dead. I was happy to just let that one happen. Having two balls that bad that quick, counting on the third ball is not something I really like doing on a game like this. On other games, like say like Iron Maiden or something, you get a little bit more, you can get a little bit more out of one ball, but when your first two balls are bad on Walking Dead, it pretty much means that you're gonna have a bad game. I mean, it's not a total for sure thing, but in my experience, for me, it usually is. So let's go for Bicycle Girl since it's lit anyways. I think that counted. It didn't. Wow. That's the downside of that shot, is sometimes it just is a drain monster. That was lucky. Want to hit that drop target. Oh. So right there, I was trying to clear out that last drop target because it was an easy one, and I was hoping I could make a little bit more progress. But to be honest, it was kind of a dumb move. I should have been going for an easy shot like barn or tunnel, instead of trying to focus on something that on ball 3 was kind of going to be pointless anyways. And that's one of the things in this game you can get sort of caught up in, is like chasing after something that's realistically not that attainable at that point in the game. On ball 1, if I was there, it would have been the right play to try and keep making that progression to Bloodbath. But I mean, like I said, don't discount the dead features or the modes. Don't discount them. The value in them is insanely high compared to, you know, chasing after trying to get a multi-ball. You could be making a ton of hits on the prison and the well walker, but they're kind of meaningless in terms of points until you're actually into them. So as far as points go, most are where it's at. But stacking multi-balls is also where it's at. So
Welcome to a brand new beginning, you sorry cat.
damn. I'm gonna see if I can hit. So one complaint about this crossbow is it's not really that responsive. If you're in the middle of its cycle, it's a little bit more responsive, but it's it generally feels like you hit the button and nothing happens. Alright.
Dead features are
Try to regain some control here. And let's go for tunnel if we can. There we go. And Woodbury. I'm going to select. Come on. I'm going to select that one. Fuck. Oh, come on.
full of corpses.
But, I mean, for my score there, I barely did anything tunnel. I think I only had a few shots on it, but that, it definitely helps, you know? So I'm gonna wait for it to cycle, like that. I've got one more supply, and that'll give me the food. And also, there we go, lit another dead feature. Or did it? It did not. Love it when it gives me a free hit with that. Oh, come on. Nasty.
We fight back.
Jesus. Oh, that was... Kind of hoping for a bounce to hit more of the supply shots, but I only got one off of it. Wow, that was lucky. And drain. This one is just not going well. But that's kind of the thing with this game is you'll at least me anyways, I can't be consistent on this game. It has a lot of hard to predict drains because the ball moves fast and it's just like quickly down the outline. However, learning the rules and where to shoot and what geometry, you know, what the geometry is doing. Like, so if you take this shot, it's a risky shot. Knowing that kind of stuff makes a pretty big difference for me in terms of how I play when I'm trying to go for points and actually progress.
I'm done taking breaks.
You got big.
And I know being bit, yo, how's it going, man? Thanks. So I know being bit does something for one of the modes, but I really don't know exactly what it is. And how's it going, Dead Flip?
Oh yeah.
I'm not giving up, Bruce.
Oh my god. I feel like the bit thing is from a specific mode. I'm trying to remember from Bowen's video, which is about the most in-depth rules on this game that I've ever seen. But I really don't know. And you might be able to answer this. What does bit affect in game? Like, it's obviously like a 500,000 points, but I know it has something to do with one of the modes. I can't remember what it is. So there is a time when during a specific multi-ball, I think you want to get bit. So you want to be draining your balls down there as fast as you can. But while you have ball save, clarify.
What is you crossbow?
I'm gonna try to hit that right shot. Nope. It's such a narrow window to hit that. Oh. Yeah, like I said, I know it has to do with something just from what Bowen said, but his little Papa tutorial video, but I really don't remember what it is. Well. Oh well. So I picked up the weapons during that, so I think I'd like to try and go for first aid because it's a harder target to hit. So being able to hit first aid right off the get-go gives me a little bit of an advantage on my third set. And lets me progress towards Bloodbath a little bit easier. Whoop! Oh, yeah. Knew I was gonna miss that one. I think first aid for me is one that's a lot easier to hit on a rolling shot, but it's also difficult because off of a rolling shot I often end up hitting the sling, just like anchoring the corner of the sling. Oh my god. For fuck's sakes. Well, let's start fresh on this. I think I'm gonna try to just go for that first aid shot. I'm gonna make that my sort of mini goal, is just trying to hit that first aid shot consistently. Because I think once I can line that up, everything else should come pretty easy. Food and weapons are pretty easy to hit off of a ball trap, but first aid for me is pretty tough.
You gotta process that for a second.
That was dumb. Can't believe he gave me the ball save there. You'll never find one of these that generous on location. first aid, and I didn't mean to, but that's pretty cool. Get some shots on Ball Walker. Sorry, not Ball Walker, Bicycle Girl. And like I said, this is an easy backhand. It's wide, but I haven't been able to consistently do it today.
Dude.
There we go. And I actually think a backhand off of it is slightly safer than hitting off of the right flipper, because off the right flipper, you've got a higher chance of it to hit a post and drain off of the post. One of the posts up there, I mean. I'm learning to love a dead flip. I'm learning. It's a game that, like, for a long time I was always like, oh man, screw this game. Am I out of alignment again? Not quite. I'm just gonna move this a little bit.
No.
Of course. Cool.
Player one.
Yay, we're happy. Yeah, I'm learning to love this game. It's a game when it first came out, I was always pissed off playing it. And it didn't help that at the time the code was not finished. It wasn't great. But it's grown on me a lot since it came out, and especially since they updated the code. And I just recently picked it up. But yeah, so one of the reasons why I picked it up in the first place was I really just wanted to learn how to progress through this game in a meaningful way. Which for me, like, I only really ever, oh come on, every time. I only ever can really, you know, soak up a game and learn it, like especially a game like Maiden, where it's like, there's seemingly so much going on, but once you learn exactly how it functions and how it's broken down, like if it was more clear, like on Maiden, that like, okay, pick an eddy and these are the things you do for that eddy, I think it would be a lot more accessible to people. But once you learn that in a home environment, it's a lot easier to progress, let's say like League or whatever. Yeah, I've learned to really enjoy this game from a shooter's perspective, and less of oh, it's got deep rules, or oh, it's got satisfying shots or whatever. For me, there's just like a lot of like really tricky shots, and it's a drain monster, so it encourages you to be an active player and, you know, kind of think about like, okay, I don't want to take that shot because it's risky or whatever. And I mean, picking it up, the LEDs for this don't really come up for sale in Canada very often, so I kind of wanted to jump on it while it was up. Oh god, come on. I am just flailing around. That was a really bad ball one. There was one of the guys, so I had League last night, and one of the guys on, what is it even stuck on? One of the guys had a game where he was literally like, I think his all three finishing score was something like 400,000 on, it might have been Metallica or something. Might have even been Walking Dead now that I think about it. But yeah, it was pretty funny. I like the scores that people get where it's impressively low. People think an impressive score in pinball has to be in the billions. I disagree. I got first aid again by accident. That's the only way I get first aid is by accident, but I'll take it, because I'm playing like shit. I also just noticed there, I might need to change the balls in this game because it kind of curled around there, and I'm not sure if it's from magnetism on the ball, or if it's just because of the groove around the well walker. That mech does have like play in it, so that it, you know, obviously doesn't smash into the play field, but it can be an issue with the ball rolling right beside it. Let's go for that ride again. Oh! That's such a tight shot to make with the crossbow, man. It's kind of satisfying to get that. Alright, let's go for left ramp. Nope, maybe not. Alright, let's see. I feel like it's either going right or left outline on full plunge.
Literally gonna make a move.
Last one was left, but the first one was right. I don't know, let's do it. Yeah. Not worth fuck all, but it's satisfying to make it. But yeah, the hitting star rollovers in this one is pretty tricky, and I haven't quite mastered how much I need to pull on it. I also find from the perspective of LE versus Pro, I find the ramp on the LE so difficult to hit because I don't know if the camera picks it up, but yeah, it kind of does. But there's like a gap on the left side, and I mean the gap is obviously there to allow the mech to move up and down and stuff. But because of that fit and there being sort of a gap there, you're really shooting for like here when you think you're shooting for here. And it makes it quite difficult. And it's been weird adapting to it. And like I noticed it playing it at League, last night. It's quite distinct how different that ramp feels on the pros, and I don't like that. I don't like when there's a feature that's modified and it feels completely different. Get in there. Thought I was gonna get first aid by accident again. Try and get that extra ball, because I need it. I did get it by accident. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, get up there.
No.
I think I'm gonna shoot for CDC because I get multiple things off the shot. So that's part of what this game's kind of interesting for me is having stacked shots. Like, so I've got a walker kill, I start CDC, and also I can't remember what the blue arrows represent. I know that it's something specific. Crossbow, I guess? Must be crossbow. Oh my god. So that's what I'm talking about with this left ramp and with the when Bicycle Girl's lit, why it's more risky to shoot from the right flipper. Hitting that right post is like basically a guaranteed literal straight down the middle. Like, you know, shaking the machine ain't gonna do nothing on one of those. And it's why this game always pissed me off when it first came out, and playing it in League and on location and stuff is it's really difficult to try and save a ball on this game when you've got a game that's set up to be, you know, the tilt is pretty tight on it. So, you know, every save like that you try to make, you're going to tilt out. You're going to lose bonus. So a lot of people in my league learn to effectively play the game without even touching it, without nudging. And to be honest, I hate when an operator sets a pin up in a way that handicaps players. I mean, I set mine up relatively generous on my tilts because I like to be able to move it around. So it's understandable that the game won't be as loose as mine might be, but like, you know, playing a game where like you go like that and that's like 2 warnings is too much. And there's a couple of games that are League that are like that. Volley is actually really bad because the tilt's sensitive on it. And tilting out on volley ends your 5-ball game instantly. Okay.
You can't do this alone.
Let's hopefully have a decent ball one, because I haven't had a decent ball one all day. Trying to get that recovery and get it stopped on the right flipper is something I really struggle with this game off of the punch. And it doesn't help that transferring can be a little bit finicky in this game. Like, you got to be very, very snappy on it. Thankfully, it does work. It's just like, it's a little tight. I'm gonna go for food. Oh, did not get it. Let's try that again. You know what? Let's do it. It worked out in my favor, even though it wasn't what I wanted. Okay. Let's try that CDC shot again. It feels like such a risky shot, and it is, but it feels like one. And that's worse. Fuck it. Arena it is. And I'm also getting crossbow of it, so let's try to get... Oh, come on. There we go. So we got Bicycle Girl, as well as Arena going on right now. Hopefully I can get enough hits on Well Walker. So we got some Well Walker scoring. I want to get into Well Walker multi-ball while I have this going on. There we go. So now let's start, I don't know if I can, oh, I can't do prison right now, that's right. So let's hit them flashing shots. Normally in multi-ball I would just keep chasing the supplies, but with things active, it's not quite as important. I didn't really get any Bicycle Girl hits there, which is kind of stupid, but... Yeah. Not what I wanted, but not bad. Getting progression is good. Just trying to regain control here. Let's do that Woodbury shot if we can. That extra ball right off the get-go would be kind of nice. Oh my god, Bloodbath had already lit up. I didn't try to progress Bloodbath off the get-go there, but we can get extra ball and hit our target. So I want, ideally, when I come down here, I never can regain control on the right flipper, but I ideally want to be smashing into these targets as quick as I can while I have my ball saved. There's my extra ball.
You got yourself an extra ball.
You got yourself. That's the hardest one done. Jesus. Oh my god, and I only had food left. It's so easy. I believe prison is ready to go, I think. Is that what it means when it's going back and forth? I think it is. So prison's ready to open up. And then I still have like, you know, 4 more shots on it or something. I can't remember off default if it gives you P and R or P and R and I. Something like that.
Player one.
Anyways, I'm gonna try for getting a bloodbath going again. I don't really know. Oh god. I don't really know if, oh, give it to me, come on. Whew. Whew. I don't really know if I can progress Prison Multi-Ball well in Bloodbath. I know you can have them both going. Well, let's find out. Ah, this sucks great. Okay, so it looks like I can progress. So I need to get my shots up on Prison.
Go on, man, let's go.
And get Prison Multi-Ball started. Oh god.
You risk your life.
No dice. That is, oh, and I got it restarted in time. Nice. Do I need one or two more shots? It's like, oh my god, no! Oh, it did give it to me. My god, I just cannot get it to hit Prison. One more and I've got Prison Multi-Ball, I think. And that'll be good because it lets me carry on. Oh my god, hit it, come on! Is it still active? I don't know if Bloodbath's still active. I think it is. It's flashing, so it must still be active. Ooh. No.
That is so screwed up. I'm just throwing it around, man. Baseball bat doesn't have a pussy.
Alright, we're into Wall Walker Multi-Ball. This is a great ball. Also, sorry, Chad, I'm in the zone. Can't talk. But I will. We'll get to you in a second. Well, hopefully not a second. Hopefully like 10 minutes. I've got so many weapons flashing right now, and I don't know how to complete them.
Your current
No! Lost that ball.
sticker. Jackpot.
Color DMD looks sharp, whole machine looks great. Thank you. Yeah, this is
This is the kind of thing that just tickles my balls.
yeah, this is an LE. I picked it up in a not a trade, but I sold my Tales of the Arabian Nights and picked this up last week. So I'm pretty new to the game. I played it on location at League for years, and I've played them occasionally in people's houses, but never played an LE. And I'd never had one in my house, so, you know, like, learning the rules is something that I understand them on a pretty surface level, but, like, the real deep stuff, like, so I had weapons flashing, but now they're complete. I don't know how to collect these last two weapons. I don't know if they're from modes. I don't think they're from modes. I think it's from collecting the weapons in the drop target, so I guess, like, I don't know. It's a little bit tough for me to follow, but I'm learning it as I go. And that was a really great ball. This is like one of the best games I've had on Walking Dead. I think the best I've ever done was on a pro on location, I got like 320 or something like that, and it was like unreal. Like I was like, man, I'm doing, and I had no idea what was going on. Like, I you know, like it was when the game, it was on the old code for sure, so like 2016 maybe. And yeah, since then I've not. Yeah, so that's kind of what I think. But like, so if collecting weapons from the drop target's cool, but also like, what does collecting food do? What does first aid do? Does first aid give me a ball save, or does it lit bit, or does it light X's? You know, like those are the things that I'm still kind of learning the intricacies of. Let's see how many walkers I've killed. I'm kind of curious. 29. Yeah, that's nothing. So yeah, I know Last Man Standing, I think, is at like 80 or 85 walkers, something like that. So that's one of the modes. Horde is from getting all the weapons. So I need to try to focus, I guess, on hitting the drop target here. I guess it's gonna be kind of tough hitting weapons first every time, but yeah, let's do it. I'm hoping that's what it's from. I've never gotten a horde before in this game, so that would be pretty cool to get to. Oh no. Oh god. Get food there.
No, there is no stop.
Uh-oh. I don't know if that ball's gonna unlock. It's just kind of the well walker kind of tipped back down onto it. So I'm hoping ball search there. There we go. Okay, get out of my way, crossbow. This crossbow, when it fans out when you're trying to like actually play the ball, is like the fan in Tommy, where it just covers your flippers. Okay, cycling first aid and weapons. No, that was way out of alignment. I hit weapons there, but I don't think it was pointing. Ooh, I think we got it there. So we'll see if when I hit the first aid drop target, because weapons is flashing, if it lights one of these flashing. So it's not flashing. So that might be part of it. Hitting the drop target might be part of it, but it's not everything. I've got dead features lit though. I've clearly done Arena and Riot, so I guess let's try for Tunnel. Or not. Or not. Screw it, we're going barn. Shoot barn to destroy walkers before they escape. Oh no, that was such an easy save. Still, that's a score I'd be happy with under any circumstance. On this game, I'm happy at League when I get like, like, if I get like 20 million in this game at League, I'm like, yeah, I had a pretty good game. All right, so I want to chase something in particular on this game. Ooh, sorry, my tablet's gonna doing its twisty wonky thing. Something I want to chase in particular in this game is specific modes. So I got into I guess I completed Riot and Arena because they were both solidly lit. I don't know if they solidly light just from doing them, but I think they also solidly light Like they solidly light for sure from completing them, but I don't know if they solidly light from doing them. I didn't see at the end whether or not barn was solidly lit. I don't know if it would have shown me because it was right at the end on the drain. I was still in it. But basically, I like to figure out that kind of stuff. So I want to get into a mode. So I'm going to basically be hitting the supplies, getting a mode going, and then getting into that mode. And, you know, playing through it. And if I, you know, do really good or whatever, or do bad, I'm going to learn from it whether or not it adds up to being something. So by that I mean, am I gaining any weapons from it? Does it solidly light or is it flashing then? You know, that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to go for barn because it's a relatively safe, easy shot. I can progress it a little bit easier. Basically, it's just, I'm going to be hitting these 3 targets, then I'm going to hit left orbit, and then I just need to keep hitting left orbit. So I think. I mean, maybe it goes further than that, but that's what I'm going for. Whoa, now. Rip skill shot. Rip ball one. So, important note on this, the set of drops that I did is a food set, not a weapon set. So if I do get weapons, it's not going to be because of these, other than, you know, maybe just completing the bank, not necessarily which bank. Okay, so we've got our mode lit. Got to regain some control here. Some semblance of control. No, not my shot. Woo. Not shot. Maybe I shouldn't go for barn. I can't hit it for shit. I can't hit the broadside of barn.
Shoot that son of a bitch!
Not what I wanted, but on the upside, I can hit barn with a crossbow. No, I can't. Okay, either way, let's see in the next ball, is barn solidly lit or what? Okay, so barn is solidly lit, so it is not, it'll be solidly lit whether or not you complete it. I didn't get any weapons or anything, but that does surprise me because I did shitty in that mode. So we're just gonna keep on carrying through and see what happens. Hopefully I can actually get through more than just starting the mode. I'd like to see if there's something in particular that completes the mode shots. I don't know if the modes are tiered. So like, for example, like in Star Trek, where it's like, you know, doing the mode at level 1 versus redoing the mode if there's more points in it. You know, in Star Trek, it was a pretty valid strategy to just put one mode and get the increased scoring from that versus trying to go for 3 in a row in Kobayashi Maru and spicy save. kind of annoying. I just noticed the green tinge from these lights. It's like the reflection with the optical glass, like the PDI or whatever, Invisiglass. Turns these lights sort of green. I'm going to be making a modification to this rig where the top frame is going to be out a little bit further so that I can have my lights out just a little bit further. Normally I have my main playfield light, this one, which you can kind of see in the reflection. I normally have it out a little bit further, but I was using a different rig for that. I had a sort of a T-stand, lighting stand, and then my ring light for key and fill. I had to turn it down. Normally I have it facing me and it's at like eye level height, but it was reflecting in the poster glass right in there, and it still kind of is, but it's not nearly as bad. But yeah, so I had to rotate that because it was a little bit too much. The other thing I'm not sure about is the blue crossbow shots. Whether getting a bunch of them gives me something. Maybe those are how I collect weapons. I don't know. Cool. That tunnel shot is like, I think it's probably the hardest shot in the game to consistently make. This game is really walking for me. I know it's Walking Dead, and I'm not trying to make a play on words here, or a pun or anything like that, but this game is really like, it's sliding. I've got my rubber feet on it, and it's really moving anyways. It doesn't care about my rubber feet. Whatever, I guess I'll favor this side of the frame, and then by the end of my game I'll favor the other side. Okay, so let's go for Crossbow Shot this time. I've answered one of my questions. Time to answer some more. Also, what lights the crossbow shots? Is it collecting a bank of supplies? Is it just hitting a ramp? I guess let's just hit a ramp and see what happens. Not that one though. That one, there we go. Okay, so hitting that ramp gave me bicycle ball. And it lit a shot that's a crossbow shot, but I don't think that actually represents the crossbow. Shit. Excuse me. Hacking up a lung here. So yeah, that gave me one arrow. Hitting it again didn't give me any more arrows. But it does seem to be tied to ramp shots in some way. Maybe it's just making any shot. I'm gonna try to go for tunnel. Okay, so hitting tunnel did not give me one. That's not what I wanted. Come on. Just trying to regain some semblance of control and hit that shot. Which gave me another crossbow shot. Oh. Get out of here, Tommy fan. Oh. So arena mode is definitely timed. That's good to know, and I imagine the other modes probably are as well. Let's try finishing off our weapons bank there. Nice. Oh, not so nice. Damn. I'm still kind of in the dark as to what the deal is with the arrows and how you light them. The only one I can consistently light is hitting the left ramp, starting well walk or starting bicycle girl, which is the shot underneath the ramp there. So starting bicycle girl will give me one arrow. But to light multiples, I'm not sure on that just yet. It doesn't seem to correspond directly, at least, with the set of banks for the features.
This is the only way.
And it doesn't seem to correspond with hitting just any shot. I really want to try and do a crossbow shot. Oh. Ain't gonna happen like that. See how much that moved? Well, not that much. I ended up somewhere in the middle.
If you don't find it, you die.
Getting used to using a rolling frame is a little bit different too. It always kind of seems like it's a little bit out of alignment, but it's not. Okay, so yeah, let's I guess shoot for the crossbow shot. I guess we hit the crossbow shot. It's gonna give us at least one. But it seems like it starts something that it hit. Like if you hit bicycle girl with the crossbow, it starts bicycle girl. So I don't know. Maybe let's try for barn. Basically one that I know reliably does not give me an arrow. Not like that.
I'm not giving up, Bruce. Holy shit. That is a no-no.
I read that completely wrong. Get up. So, here's the thing. Hitting the prison and starting the shots for prison multi-ball lit those arrows. So are they only associated with that, or are they just a generic, like, shoot these things? But when you're you know, trying to do prison multi-ball, you don't want to hit those shots, so I'm confused. What happens when I shoot riot? If I can. Or tunnel? Wow, that was nowhere near tunnel. Nor that. Okay, so I know that hitting prison, so I'm gonna start by hitting prison, getting those lit. I wanna see what it does. I wanna see what happens. We've all been exposed. Because Herschel showed everybody his penis.
So we're going to that tower.
Let me ask you something, Rick. What the fuck do those arrows mean? Okay, so got some arrows lit. Ideally. Okay, well, Arena was... It did clear one of them up.
Very good.
Did that one. That one did not. So let's hit Tunnel. I'm going to ignore Bicycle Girl even though she's loud. But I'm going to ignore her because I don't really care about her arrow. I care about Barn, Riot, and Tunnel because they seem to clear up like Arena did. I assume Bicycle Girl will also as well. Okay, but it did carry through. It took Riot away as well. I didn't hit Riot, so that's sort of strange. Nope. I cannot hit Tunnel or Barn for the life of me. This guy can't hit any shot I'm going for. Okay, so we just have Tunnel left. What is that? What does it do for us? That's what I need to know. And I don't know if I'm gonna find out. Come on, Tunnel. You just keep knocking into the pop bumpers. Crazy savings of the ball. Okay, Tunnel's not lit anymore, so what's going on? Was it a time thing that I missed out on or something? Ah, let's just hit the prison. I've only got a couple letters. One letter and one hit for prison multi-ball, so... Oh, come on, that should be registered. There we go. So again, they're all lit. Obviously, during prison multi-ball, it's saying, like, hit all these things. Maybe I get that unlocked super jackpot or something, or add a ball. But then I hit one shot and it removed it. So now do I hit the prison? And then it lights more? Okay. Okay, so you gotta hit a shot and then hit prison. We're learning. There's one. Now we gotta hit the prison. Oh, and it was white there. Was that like, is that the multi-kill thing? What did that give me? Is that a super jackpot or something? Shit. So the multi-ball makes a little bit more sense, but I'm still confused as to what pops those arrows up, aside from the prison, and what they represent, because when you hit, well, Bicycle Girl's arrow lights up, and it's just, I think then it's just a direction that says, like, hey, you know, clear out all these things, you know, hit this specific shot. But then when you do prison, and it opens the doors up, and you get all the blue shots on their own. I didn't collect them. I also don't know what they give you if you do them all. If I clear all of them and then activate the multi-ball, does it increase my scoring during the multi-ball? That's the kind of stuff that I really don't know yet. And damn it, this game is just walking. Okay. Stop walking, Walking Dead. I'm gonna try and activate prison again. Seeing as far as I know, that's the only thing that lights those consistently. I believe hitting that red shot there would have given me a multi-kill. There's my extra ball.
Extra ball.
Extra ball!
The right choice is the one that keeps us alive. Don't need any candies on me. You really illegal?
Dang. I missed what it said right there for when I collected first aid kit. Wow, was that actually a score? I put up scores when I'm not trying to, and when I'm trying to, I play the worst I've ever played. Ain't that some shit? Alright. So yeah, I'm a little confused on the arrows. I've only ever seen them go blue and red. Maybe in some of the modes they change color, but they seem to be blue for the prison, and I think it's blue as well for Bicycle Girl. It's red for multi-kill, and I guess maybe the other ones are from modes. I guess I need to pay attention to the color of them now. So I want to get into some modes and see if the color of the arrows changes. It's obviously the arrows are sort of a generic thing, but there's got to be a little bit of rhyme or reason to them that's what I want to, get into. Obviously the color of them is only something that would be on a premium and LE. Maybe not even the premium, the LE for sure. I know by default they're not color changing on the Pro, so I don't know. I mean, I can't see color being that important, but it would be nice to know if they change based on mode. Hey, what's up, Luca? How's it going? Playing Walking Dead. And trying to figure it out. Yeah, so I think if anything, the arrows will change color basically just tied to the whatever mode I'm in, or whatever dead feature, quote unquote, I'm in. But like I said, I've only ever seen them be blue most of the time and red for multi-kill. Is my voice slowed down? It's probably my mic. One sec. Yeah, that should probably fix it. For whatever reason, this Audio Technica mic occasionally just does this thing where it makes my voice just Did it just bug out? Yeah, I think it just bugged out. But yeah, this mic is super weird. It just, yeah, it should be back now. Yeah, it looks like it's back. Yeah. Okay, I think it's back now. I don't know. It keeps randomly just sort of like freezing and then whatever. I'm gonna okay. I think it should be fine. If it freezes up again, just let me know. It's super weird. It's random. I don't know. It's I have no idea. Piece of junk. Stupid piece of junk. What's wrong with you? Stupid piece of junk. Okay, so hopefully that's better. I don't know. It seems to just be randomly going back and forth with freezing and being down, and I don't know. I don't know what the hell's wrong.
Okay, so Okay, I think maybe, just maybe, I've sorted it out. Maybe. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. I'm pretty sure it just froze up in there. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, with the mic